Greetings, y'all. So, I just had a little bit of a realization that I wanted to share with you. Um, First off, you know how whatever you focus on tends to manifest? Like, whatever you're concentrating on, like that thing will become more apparent. Or also, what you try not to focus on. For example, if I tell you to notice the yellow Jeeps today, the rest of today, tomorrow, whenever you're outside watching TV, just noticing the yellow Jeeps or try not to, right? Try not to notice the purple ones. You're going to see those. Like, it's just like something like filtered in your brain. So you're going to notice those things. And I find that so true and also kind of magnificent and serendipitous in a way, where often whatever like theme that I'm presenting to my classes, and it might be like a theme throughout the week through all the things I teach, um, it manifests. Like I see it more, I see how it's already happening. Um, and I'm just curious, for one, if you notice that. Or maybe now that I've cued your brain, maybe you will notice it. And two, um, I'm curious if you have identified any things in your life where you just show up, because that's the theme for this week, just showing up. So that brings me here, um, to this space. And I had this realization that when I got here today, I did my usual thing that I do once a week. I came and I did my little bouncy thing, right, for like 3 minutes. And I realized that, oh my gosh, this is like such a pattern that I've created unintentionally, just showing up, which is beautiful because there wasn't that whole like, how I approached it was different, right? So what happened was, about 8 months ago, I injured my foot really badly. That's a whole nother story. And I wasn't able to do any of the things that I normally can do, like all the walking, which is like my joy, my wellness. Ugh. So no walking, no yoga, had to wear a boot. Um, and in that time, I felt like crap. I wasn't able to do, all the things that make me feel happy. And when I started to do more, I was still wearing a boot, mind you. But one of the things I did was get on the trampoline or rebounder, around a steel cage, a squat rack. And I held onto the metal bars the whole time. And then I just stepped on it, me and my boot, and I would just transfer my weight. There was no bouncing, there was no like marching or even stepping. It was literally just shifting my weight, for 3 minutes. Mind you, this was also extremely challenging for the mind because it didn't feel like doing very much. It was so little, and I wanted to do so much more, but I couldn't. The body was like, no, that's not happening. So it was hard in that way. It was very challenging. Um, but I did it. Did 3 minutes. I committed to that in some little like silent way, that every time I was already here and working, in transition, I did that. It's a thing I did. So I showed up once a week, and luckily now my foot has healed a lot, and I'm able to like go 3 minutes with more bouncing. I can go much longer. Um, but the point is, I realized how I showed up for myself. And I was reflecting on those three highlights that I've mentioned in other posts about what happens when we just show up. There's three things that happen. One, it builds self trust. And in this example, for me, it absolutely did build self trust. Like, I I don't know. I feel like I'm somebody that can trust herself and take care of herself and do the thing in order to be well or to heal. Um, and number two, it built new neural pathways. And so now when I come to this space at this certain time, like it's just habit. It's just like, yeah, I'm going to go do that. It's just like easy cruise on in to do it. It's no longer got all that friction, like, oh, it kind of feels like I have to do that. I don't really want to do that. I know it's good for me. But it's at a point where I actually enjoy it and I'm so proud I can like move now. So so I've built those neural pathways. And three, it shifted my identity. And I can see that. And only with reflection. Otherwise, I don't think I would have noticed it at all. And I think that's really important for us to bring those moments of like tying in, looking back, and finding that gratitude, that reflection, that appreciation. And in this case, I feel like my identity has shifted in a way where, like, I am the person that, I might get injured, but I'm going to take care of Maria. I'm going to take care of ZENi and do what she needs to do to heal. So, self trust, new neural pathways, identity shift, all from showing up once a week for 3 minutes, now more. And it's a simple thing to do. So maybe you can think of ways that you didn't know you were just showing up and you're here. So take a moment to reflect and give yourself a little pat on the back. I think it's very important to recognize that, right? So we're not always just in the like, oh, I need to get that to that place. Like you're here and there's some good in that. There's some wins. Okay, that's all. Just wanted to show up, share, and I'll see you next time you show up. Enough.